I'm not going full Ramnor. That's slander, you know? You can go to court because of that. And where I am. Here I am, here I am. Yeah, welcome everyone. Hello third party, and hello Lawbringer. It's nice to see you here. Yeah, no, I'm not Ramnor. It's slander. It is slander. I don't agree with that assessment. But yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? It's been a week. It's not even a full week. It's been less than a week since the last stream. And yeah, as you can see, I've returned. I've returned from the country. I've returned from the farm duty. So as you can see, the farm, this entire village, country, basically, basically gave me a third dimension. And also I called 3D Catboy. Exactly, yeah. Welcome to you as well. Welcome everyone. I hope you're doing okay today. Hope you have had a great week. And no, I'm not going full Ramnor. As I keep saying, slander. Currently at war with 7 countries. What the hell happened? What the hell happened this time? All night to like check the news. You intrigued me. Okay, there's like no, you know when you like watch the news. If you like watch the news, sometimes there's like this, you know, those like very large news with like red background and such, and like, you know, I just checked the most. I just checked like the most popular news sites in my country, and no, there's like no red backgrounds. There's like no big labels that we're all going to die, which no, they also do when there's like no war as well. But there's nothing. There's nothing, you know, just some politics shit that no one cares about. So yeah, I think we're good. Most free country in the world in game. Oh, so you're like in a game. You're like in a war game, right? Like, I don't know, Europa Universalis, and you're like at war with like 7 countries. I see. Yeah, I thought it's like another war. Yeah, we seem to like have a war like at least once a week. There's like a new war. You know, I just noticed by like reading the news. But yeah, let's not do that. Let's not read the news. Let's forget about this. We should like have fun today. You know, streams should be fun. They shouldn't be sad, or they shouldn't be, you know, have politics. Although sometimes they're okay, I guess. We still need to do like that Metal Gear Solid stream. Another war, another day that ends with why exactly. But yeah, it's not time for Metal Gear Solid stream yet. That will come later. And yeah, I have something to say about the new old Metal Gear Solid, but that's for later. We're still at the very beginning of the stream. Yeah, thank you for the headbutt. You sent me my war program. Yeah, I think I'm afraid. I think I'm afraid of your war plans. Yeah, does that war plan include like all of us dying? I mean, all of war programs include everyone dying, right? So there's that. But yeah, I guess you can send that if you want to. But yeah, I hope you guys doing okay. I hope you're like, I hope you're not living in a war zone or something. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you have like internet or something, and like food and water. But yeah, basically like I spent like this last week, or you know, like not the whole week, but like 4 or 5 days I spent at the country. The only unique move is not to play. Exactly. Have I played Iron Harvest? No, I have not. Although I do own the game. It's in the plans. I like bought it ages ago, and I've been interested in that, but I haven't have time yet to play it. But yeah, Iron Harvest is certainly on my list. Yeah, I don't know when I'll play it, but I will play it someday. It's a very intriguing game. It looks very cool. Has this like 1920s diesel punk aesthetic or something like that. It's kind of hard to describe. It's a very weird game, but looks very cool, nonetheless. But yeah, I am aware of the game, and I even own it, as I said. I'm just waiting for like a good time to play it. I heard it's like a very junky clone of Company of Heroes, which, you know, Company of Heroes is like already like a very junky game, and by that I mean like the second and the third game. The first one was pretty good, but the second and the third Company of Heroes is like a you know very junky game. So yeah, I'm kind of afraid. Yeah, that was like one of the reasons why I haven't played that yet. as I said, I'm afraid of the jank. I mean, it's, you know, there's like a big difference between a good jank and a bad jank, and I've heard it has a lot of bad jank. You're playing Iron Order 1919, which is an Iron Harvest, and Iron Harvest takes place in 1920. Yeah, I don't know about anything about Iron Order. I've never heard of it. Iron Harvest is neat, just not really exciting at anything. Yeah, so I've heard. I kind of heard it has like a... It's basically like a very junky Company of Heroes clone. It's like a very good art style, which, you know, I can already see it's like very, very good. And so it's basically like a sale game. It's like a game you buy for $5 on sale, which I did like a year ago or so. So yeah, I'm looking forward to play it. I'm just not in the mood yet. I still have like other RTSs to play, like Tempest Rising. Like I only like, honestly, with Tempest Rising, I've played like 2 missions of Tempest Rising, and it didn't grab me yet, unfortunately. So it's on hold for now as well. It got Wojtek. Yeah, I didn't know about that part. Yeah, it's supposed to be like an alternative history, right? It's like 1920s war, but with mechs, from what I understand. Yeah, so yeah, it might be cool. It might be cool. And as you can see, it doesn't only have mechs, but also bears, which, you know, I can't say no to bear, that's for sure. And Tesla. Yeah, I didn't know about the Tesla part. Although, you know, it's kind of like Dishonored, right? You have this like this vaguely 20s, 30s, you know, alternative history. So, you know, it has to have Tesla, right? I mean, even like Wolfenstein had Tesla. I will understand. Yeah, I'm sure I will when I play it. Maybe this year. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of have a problem, you know. All the games I like want to play and beat. There's like so many of them, and they take so long. So yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know how easy it will be, you know. Yeah, basically for like all my games, I have like 4 streams, or rather, I can like plan streams with. I have like 5 years of, you know, of material for streams, basically, of you know, just playing games. So there is that. America is still attacking countries for oil in Iron Harvest. Still? What changed? What changed in that game from like reality? Because I don't see any difference, to be honest. So it's not really like a fiction, right? It's real. It's so real. But yeah, basically, let me I don't want to say reminiscence because, you know, it's been less than a week. But let me like summarize my trip to the country. Like as I keep saying, I've been in the country, right? Oh, you mean the US is like attacking Poland for oil? Okay, yeah, I can see that's a bit strange. Yeah, Poland is like not really a country you like known for like having oil, right? So that's a bit strange. Not even like 20s, or no, not even the 20th century. Poland's like, you know, a coal country. That's what it's kind of known for, right? And I don't know, I guess copper? America's attacking Middle East. I mean, yeah, I know that part. But we know. Or Arabia. Yeah, Middle East is Arabia, basically. But yeah, that's like that's like realistic part, right? But yeah, to return to my country adventures. So yeah, basically like those few days, I had this like kind of nice vacation, right? Yeah, basically got a few days of work, so I could like go there and then return in you know, in a pretty relaxed way, so I wouldn't have like cut my time short. So yeah, basically I went to the country for like a gay wedding. Yeah, it's not a real gay wedding, but you know, I just say it because it's funny. But yeah, anyway, I went there for a gay wedding, and also like, you know, also to go to the country because, you know, it was like a very, I think I called it on Twitter. You will send a spider after me. Oh, please don't send spiders after me. Like anything but that. Send a snake, maybe. Send a snake. Wasn't a lot of early research into oil processing done by Paul actually? Yeah, I think Paul like not only make this like research into oil processing, but I'm pretty sure he either invented or like perfected an oil lamp, basically. Or, you know, this like, I want to say modern oil lamp, but it's like modern for their times. It's like, you know, those very vintage lamp that takes oil as a fuel. I actually have like this very old oil lamp, like from before the war, in like my parents' house. So it's like a family heirloom. Yeah, of course, it was owned by Sun, so it's like, you know, a memento of Sun. We have this like little oil lamp, and that's basically it. Nothing of his riches though, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, basically I spent those 5 days, as I said, in this like nice country. We went there for a wedding and also like to hang around with our family, because, you know, this is like not Sun's side of the family. That's like a different sides of like literal peasant. If only he knew he would cry, but thankfully he died before that happened. Well, he may have knew because, you know, I went to like this very old like familial location, or like old yeah, basically like an old family, how can I put it, old family house. They've basically been there on that field. They had this field from like 200 years, maybe even 300 years. So for a very long time, like a very he's basically, how can I put it? That's where my genetic material came from this little country out there. And it was pretty nice. It was like pretty cool country. Yeah, first there was this nice gay wedding. You know, it was a pretty good celebration, I'd say. Nothing like too out of the left field. You know, it was just pretty good, pretty normal wedding, I have to say. There was like nothing too bad or good about it. You know, just pretty normal, but pretty good gay wedding. Indeed, that was indeed a gay wedding. But yeah, basically, you know, all of that wedding stuff was basically was basically enhanced by the countryside. You know, it was like a very nice area, lot of nature, and also surprisingly, I have to say, like, the quality of everything was pretty good. Wait, countryside, gay wedding. Were I visiting Ram Ranch, or was I visiting Ram Ranch? Yeah, I want to say that as well. Yeah, that was basically Ram Ranch. There weren't that many cowboys though. From what I understand, like the bride was from my part of the family, so, you know, the country part, and the groom's part was from the city. So you know, there wasn't that many cowboys. There was quite a lot of, you know, city people there. Men and men wedding, or woman and woman wedding. It was men and woman gay wedding. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. City slickers, exactly. They don't know. Thank you for the sippy, thank you. But yeah, I was even like at the Sneed's shop. I was at Sneed's. Oh, why did my mic peak so hard? But yeah, I was.
Put these foolish ambitions to rest.
Why? Why should I get good? Why should I get good? I didn't do anything yet. I didn't do anything, you know, that was worthy of getting good so far. But yeah, basically after the wedding. I was at actually I was there before the wedding. I did like my shopping before the wedding. But yeah, I was at Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Chuck's, and yeah, basically I bought a lot of fruit and veggies, because, you know, they were like very cheap. It's an agrarian country, right? So yeah, basically there was like stuff like, you know, for example, yeah, let me put it on screen, like those blueberries I bought and showed on Twitter. Where are those berries? At traveling. Yeah, I can see that. I can say, oh, that's a lot of berries. Yeah, I'm not that great at traveling, to be honest. I'm not a good traveler. I'm like a very homey person. I prefer to stay at home. But yeah, here are the berries. That's what I bought. Let me just put them. I don't know. I'll put them here. Yeah, you should have a pretty good. You should have a pretty good view of the berries. You go and watch some Iron Harvest. I see, I see. Enjoy your Iron Harvest watching, and thanks for stopping by. Very nice, indeed, indeed. And yeah, those berries were like very, very cheap, like extremely cheap. Yeah, I think they were like $3 or $4. Yeah, basically like $3 or $4, and that was like not even for the amount you can see in the bowl. It was like basically what we see in the bowl is like half of what I bought for that $4. I got like 2 kilograms of berries for like $4, as I said. And you know, if you would like to buy the same amount in like my city, where I live right now, or you know where the prison is situated, berry camp stream, indeed, we have berries. But if you'd like to buy that same amount of berries that I bought, you have to like get like $10 or something. So you know, it was like not even 10, like $15. Yeah, berries are very, very expensive for some reason. But yeah, in the country, no such thing. You pay like $4 and you get like 2 kilograms of all that goodness. And yeah, of course I ate it all. I ate all the berries. They're not there anymore, so that's unfortunate. But there was like a lot of other things there. Like for example, you can buy strawberries right now. I mean, you can buy like supermarket strawberries, right? But those aren't very good. They're like from different countries and such. They're like frozen. Hey, however, in that country state I was in, there were still like farmers berries or farmers strawberries, and they're like also very cheap. Like maybe like $3 for like a kilogram. So you know, very generous. Very generous, and they were still very good. Still very sweet and, you know, very fresh. Because, you know, they were still, like, harvesting them. Yeah, unfortunately, like, the harvest of strawberries in like, my state, or the state where the prison is, it's like, you know, it's, like, basically over. So all you can get is like, imported strawberries, which are both expensive and, like, not very good. So, yeah. So, yeah, you can still buy strawberries at the very least, if you go to agrarian state. Yeah, there were like surprising lack of apples from what I saw. Is strawberry over? Exactly. Is strawberry over for my state at least? It's all good in the agrarian state, in the sneet state. Yeah, let's call it the sneet state from now on. You want all the berries in your tummy? Yeah, unfortunately I ate them all. I'm so sorry. Also, hello Cypher, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Not weekend, week. No, yeah, I'm sorry. You should have told me earlier. Then I would like maybe share some with you, but unfortunately I ate all of them already. You know, I had to be quick. Like those fuckers started to go bad very, very, you know, very, very fast, because you know they're like full natural. That's a bad way to put it, I think. But also a good way as well, because you know they had like no preservatives and stuff like that. So they basically like started going bad like the very next day I bought them. So I had to, you know, I had to be quick with eating them. So I did ate them all. There was like also like a lot of other good stuff, like, you know, cucumbers, tomatoes, stuff like that. Lots of goodness and very, very cheap. And also like a lot of, you know, local stuff, like local meat and local cakes. Yeah, basically that shop, that's Sneed's Feed and Seed branch I was at. It was basically like this very, very large farmers market. Yeah, basically like imagine your town's farmers market, just like extremely big. Yeah, it was basically like the farmers market, the size of like Walmart. So you know, it was like this extremely big hall. Actually, not even like the whole hall. There was like this entire part outside, which, you know, there were like local stalls there, you know, selling a lot of local stuff, like, you know, as I said, fruit and veg, but also like cakes, and also stuff like bread and cheese and stuff like that, and milk, all local and all. I wouldn't say cheap. It used to be much more cheaper, like a few years back, because, you know, they figured out that people, like, you know, would specifically go there to like buy that stuff, because, you know, it's very good and very cheap, and you basically can't get a lot of it in like normal states, like very, very local there. Milk straight from the cowboy. No, let's not go there. Although, who knows, maybe. They don't have the Mega Chungus preservatives, like the McDonald's, that last 100 years, yeah. Yeah, as I said, they're very fresh, very natural. Although, some preservatives also has some upsides, right? Especially when it comes to McDonald's. I don't think I said that before, but literally the only meat I like. I'm not vegetarian or anything. I just don't really like meat, but I do like the meat from McDonald's because it doesn't even taste like meat. It tastes very weird. It has this like very strange McDonald's taste, and that's basically like the only meat I can like. Okay, aside from the one I like cook for myself because I have like my own way to cook meat and such. Mystery meat. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. That's an extremely good way to put it. But yeah, basically that's like the only like restaurant meat I can tolerate. And also like the restaurant meat I ate during the trip, but I would talk about it later. But yeah, as I said, you basically had this like very large farmers market with all that stalls outside, but there's also like this very large hall the size of Walmart. To go inside, and there would like be more shops. And this is like a very agrarian state, like a very very slow developed agrarian state. It just very recently became kind of modernized. So basically like enter that hall, and you basically go back in time like 10 to 20 years. Like I basically felt like back into the early 2000s, like back how the shops used to look in my childhood. So basically there was like stuff like bakeries, alcohol shops, stuff like that, and more local produce shops. But there were also like stuff like knickknacks, flea markets, stuff like that. So it's like very cool, very cool to experience. Like as I said, it's just like going back in time to like my local flea market and see all of that different shit you can buy, and it's basically all alive and well because okay, thankfully for us, not thankfully for the people who live there. But as I said, it's basically like going back in time. There's like very little modern things there. I mean, aside from like smartphones and like people having modern clothes and such, it's basically like going back to early 2000s, like experiencing all that vibe. So I kind of enjoy that. And it's basically like the same in the entire city. It's like kind of stuck in time. Like the city I was in, it was like the biggest city in the state. It was like basically, as I said, stuck in time like 20 years. And it was also kind of very strange because it was like very strangely laid out city. I kind of like want to do that in SimCity one day. But yeah, basically it looked like that. You had like those pockets of like residential districts where people live. So you had like stuff where people lived, and they generally live in the those like houses. There are like not many blocks of flats there or like apartments. Like it's mostly like single households, stuff like that, or twin households, something like that. And they were like basically connected by pockets of forest. So it's like basically imagine this like city that basically when you like travel through it looks like a very very large small town. That's like a good way to describe it. What am I playing today? Nothing. Although I don't know. Maybe we'll play something, but I don't think we will. It's just yapping today. Maybe we'll play something tomorrow or on Saturday, but I don't know. I've been feeling pretty weak after returning. Been feeling quite tired, and I got a cold, so there is that. But yeah, nothing today probably. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow or on Saturday. So yeah, basically this is like this very large small town basically, which it's a very cool vibes. It has very cool vibes. I would like to boot up MS Paint, get a black background, and explain it for you. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that when I was saying this, but I thought that would be a bit on the nose. So yeah, I didn't do that. I won't do that. I'm sorry. I have my dignity. Also, by the way, since we're here, let me just give you the link. But yeah, we're in the last day of Stop Killing Game, so if you still haven't signed the petition, then do it right now. It's almost over. It seems like we will pass, but the more signatures we have, it's better. Basically, we need to return. Indeed, we need because this looks like a very cool place to live. It's like very very peaceful. It's very beautiful. It has like a lot of nature. You basically have like lot of commodities, like a lot of good appliances that you can find in like the big town or like the big city. But it basically have the vibes of like a very small town. Like basically like the entire time I was there, I had this like very very Twin Peaks kind of feel, you know. It's like very very, you know, peaceful town that also like hides some dark sides, because this town has like a lot of lore. It has a lot of weird shit, because, you know, it's always I mean it's always like that, you know. It used to be like this kind of like big village back in the day, like 20 years or so ago. Last time I was there, but it kind of became, yeah, it's basically like, you know, a big town by a technicality, or, you know, it's a city because of a technicality, because, you know, it's like the state capital or such. But the vibes are like, as I said, very very small town. And, you know, when you have this like very small, very natural town with like a lot of forest and such, then, you know, people like go with like very strange shit, because, you know, I don't want to say they're like fully civilized or something like that, but they certainly don't think like, you know, usual city people. And, you know, there's like a lot of this, as I said, folklore and stuff like that, which, you know, it's very cool. But it also gives the town this weird towns, or not town, dark side, which, as I said, that's why I compared it to Twin Peaks. So yeah, basically like a very cool place, like a very cool place to live. Like but the problem is there's literally no work for you if you like don't work in like farming or something like that, or, you know, farming appliances. Yeah, milk and milk accessories, basically. So yeah, if you're not a farmer, or like, you know, if you don't own your own feed and seed shop, then you basically have like no way to like get a job there that's like not remote. So that's pretty sad, because as I said, I really vibe with that town. I always enjoy going there. It's always so very peaceful and nice. I really enjoy the nature and, you know, taking walks there. But as I said, it's just not possible for me to live there, because I won't have any job with my skill set, which, you know, it's certainly not a farm work. It's certainly not a farm work. I have a degree, right? But it's not useful when you're like at the farm, right? It's not used for the cows. But yeah, aside from being in the city, as I said before, I was also at my family's land, basically. As I said, we have this like very old land, like 200, 300 years old. So we know it's basically like, as I said, it's basic. I don't want to say my legacy, because it's not my legacy. Unfortunately, my part of the family is the one that didn't inherit the land. We can just be guests there, unfortunately, or fortunately, because, you know, I wouldn't want to be a farmer, but still. So yeah, basically we went like to this part of the family there's like still farmers. They have like their own like farming business there. You know, they have like cows, they have like chickens, stuff like that. A lot of, you know, farm animals. We must learn the farm ways. Yeah, we return to the farm. I don't want to say return to the monkey, because that was before the farm. But yeah, return to hunter-gatherers, farm, you know, basic farming lifestyle. More yummy fresh foods, indeed. There was like a lot of stuff like there. Like my aunt, who like lives on the farm there. She's like a great cook. She's like, also, aside from like the farming stuff, she's like doing catering and stuff like that for like parties. So there's like, she can like do a lot of like great cakes and, you know, a lot of like meats, stuff like that. So there's like a lot of good shit. Yeah, we basically like went there to like that farmhouse, like a day after the wedding. You know, it was like a wedding after party, right? So that's just like the second party there. You know, there's like a lot of good shit to eat. It's like very very good. Grandma cooking is the best, indeed. Although it's not my grandma, it was my aunt, but, you know, it still applies there. It still applies there for sure. It's like, as I said, very very natural. Very natural, very good. A bit fatty, but, you know, it's like comes with like everything farm related there. But yeah, basically like, you know, we had some fun there. We like check the farm again. Like basically like every visit there is not completely like going and sightseeing in like the farming facility. So we saw the barn. As I said, we saw the barn. We saw the cows. We saw the chickens, stuff like that. And we also like took a stroll through I want to say like my family's forest, because part of our land is also like part forest. Yeah, I shit you not. We saw like a place. Basically like every time we're there, did we see Bigfoot? Unfortunately, not. It's not in America. It's in Europe. We don't have Bigfoots there. We only have drifters and Slendermans and stuff like that. But no, we didn't see anything. Lot of mushrooms though, like lot of mushrooms, and a lot of big mushrooms as well. Like we found like some mushrooms that were like there were like 1 kilograms of mushrooms that we managed to find on like one trip. Yeah, those kind of mushrooms. And those mushrooms were there indeed as well. But yeah, basically, I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. It for big superpowers. Indeed, Mario. Yeah, yeah, we found the Mario's mushroom. Oh my god. Mario, I'm about to crop. Okay. Yeah, we found some big mushrooms from Mushroom Kingdom. But yeah, aside from that, basically, like, every time we go to that forest with that part of family, every time we go there, basically they can't help themselves, and at least like one member of that part of the family like shows us the place where basically my great grandfather, which it wasn't San was a different part of the family, but yeah, basically they show the part where our great grandfather basically took my grandfather and like his other grandchildren, and they basically and some cows and some farm animals, and they basically like went to the swamp and like hid there from the Nazis. Yeah, those were certainly the days, right? Back in the day. But yeah, basically we saw the buck when they hid from like maybe from the Russians as well. I don't know that part as well. Yeah, that part of the country was like got hit pretty rough by the World War II. So it had some World War II shenanigans. But yeah, basically, like as I said, every time we're there, we need to like see this part, see where our ancestors were swimming in the box, or maybe diving. I don't know. Although it's kind of like hard to see now because most of those swamps were dried with time. But I think there's like some dump parts there. As I said, there's like a lot of mushrooms. As I said, there's like a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, basically, another funny thing they found is in case of you now know where to hide. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like very it's very far away. As I said before, as I said last stream, that was like a 6-hour drive, like 5, 6, 7-hour drive. I'm pretty sure, something like that. So yeah, that's quite a long way to go. But yeah, I do have a place. I do have a place to hide, which is pretty good. That's for sure. But yeah, also aside from that, another thing that happened in that farmhouse is that we basically like arrived there in the morning. We greet our family members, and we just we have some coffee, we have some cake, and we like talk, and then they say, "Oh, by the way, we caught a rabbit this morning. Do you want to see it?" Oh, actually, no. They like caught 2 rabbits actually. But yeah, basically like they caught a rabbit and they just showed us. Like they put it in a cage, and there it was, like a live rabbit, just randomly caught in the morning, all there. And it's quite a nice rabbit. I want to take a picture, but I was like waiting for, bunny exactly. We had a Bnui. We didn't find the Bnui. My family found the Bnui. We only saw the Bnui. But yeah, basically, I want to take a picture, but I wanted to like wait for people to like disperse, for the rabbit to like not be too stressed out when I took the picture. Yeah, the cage was like pretty big, so that was like not a problem with the rabbit. But the problem was like one of the farm dogs, like basically was patrolling the cage. He was basically like the rabbit would go to one side of the cage, right, and the dog would go from to the other side. They would like basically like psych each other out. So yeah, the rabbit was pretty stressed, poor thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they like took the rabbit after that from the cage and like hide it from somewhere, so like the dog would stop stressing it out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we can like all figure out what will happen to that rabbit, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. And yeah, I didn't manage to take a picture, unfortunately, before they took it from the cage. So there is that. So yeah, that was like a very fun trip. I really enjoyed it. It was like very relaxing, very chill. As I said, there was like a lot of nature, a lot of good sights, a lot of good food as well. Like holy shit, I ate a lot of good things. Like for example, in my hotel, I couldn't help myself, and I had some like pretty large dinners, which I don't generally eat a lot. I eat like a pretty small amount every day, but the food was pretty cheap. The food was pretty cheap, even at the restaurant, or like the hotel restaurant I was at. So I couldn't help myself, and I basically like ordered one day good beer as well. Like they had amazing beer, local too, so very very good, straight from the barrel. It was like very very nice. It was like an IPA and a lager. And generally I don't really like IPAs and lagers because that's like one of those types of beers that are like very very like whichever one you buy at the store, they're like very similar to like other beers of that type you drink, right? But also like full local craft beers. They were like both very very good. I really enjoyed those. But yeah, food wise, one day I basically like ordered like a flatbread, which was basically like a pizza. Already they made it like a pizza, so it was like a flatbread, like this like very classic flatbread with like a toppings, like the very same toppings that pizza has. Like the only difference from the pizza is that stuff, aside from stuff like pepperonis and stuff like that, it has like a deer sausage and local ham. So it was like very very good, and very very different. It didn't taste like your usual meats you find on a pizza, and so yeah, they were like pretty quirky. But yeah, another thing I bought there, I think I bought there on a different day when I like returned from the after party from after the wedding, was like was basically a deer steak, and that was also very very good. Yeah, they had like a lot of deer, a lot of like deer meats there. Stuff like sausages and, as I said, steaks, stuff like that. And they were also cheap because if you'd like to buy a deer to eat, if you wanted a deer, like first you have to like find it somewhere because normal shops don't stock those, and most restaurants also don't have them on the menu, right? So not only you have to like search a very long time to like find some deer meat or venison, I guess. Then it will be also like extremely expensive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like in this area, if like venison or the deer meat is like more expensive than even beef. So yeah, imagine that, it's like very very expensive. And so yeah, there is that. But yeah, there it was like pretty cheap, and yeah, it was pretty tasty as well. Like extremely good quality for like a very small price, basically. So that was like another good thing about that part of the country. As I said, it's a bit underdeveloped, but like a lot of quality fresh stuff, and for pretty cheap as well. So there is that. So yeah, as I said, I really enjoyed that, both food wise and local wise. It was very nice. It was very relaxing. And maybe I'll even go there next year. We don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see later. So yeah, that was my adventure at Gay Wedding. It was quite nice. And yeah, I kind of missed you guys as well because I do like streaming. I do like streaming as well. But it was like it was like good to have at least a bit of a break, right? Yeah, thank you for the headbutt, thank you. Even though it doesn't work, it's not anniversary, not yet at the very least. But yeah, basically I'm back now. I'm back and I'm quite refreshed. Although I'm still a bit tired. Spiritual headbutt, yeah, I see. That works. Spirit Path, exactly. That's a good spell. Good spell indeed. But yeah, now we're back. As I said, I'm still a bit tired. So I don't know if I'll be able to stream either tomorrow or on Saturday. I'll try. I'll try for sure. But yeah, I'm not really sure what should I stream. I don't really want to play Postal, which I announced last week. Yeah, last week I wanted to play Postal, and now I don't really want to. Nothing against the game. I just not in the mood. So yeah, I think if I play something, I'll continue Black Mesa. Yeah, that's like the most probable candidate. We won't play Abiotic Factor yet, although it is a plan. It's a plan for next month. And since we're talking about plans, let's talk about the plan for August. So let me just show it to you. How's the StarCraft sesh? Yeah, that's a good idea. Although I think Ferret, you should be the one who like. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong image. We already saw the blueberries. Let me show you the. There we go. Let me like put it here so you can like see me. Although I think you should be the one to like host the StarCraft sesh third party. I think you have like, you know, I think you have the bigger reach than me. So you know, I think you should do it. And let me shout you out as well, because I think like not everyone is following you yet. I think that's a mistake on their part. So yeah, as I said, I think you should be the one to host it, to be honest, because you know, if you do that, if you host it, then I'll be there for sure. But yeah, basically speaking of August, this is the new plan that I'll probably post tomorrow. But you know, we'll see, since you know I haven't decided on stuff yet. It's basically like the 4th or 5th draft of that plan. But yeah, basically this month or next month, which starts tomorrow, we'll finish stuff. We'll be finishing both System Shock 2 and Black Mesa. Hopefully I'll be able to do it. Yeah, it took much longer than expected, especially Black Mesa. But yeah, I think like Half-Life 2 is like, or like Half-Life 1 is like 10-hour game or something. And Black Mesa is longer, so I should have expected that. But yeah, we're quite behind on Black Mesa, which is why I want to play it tomorrow. If I will stream, that is. But yeah, also System Shock 2, we're basically like almost at the end. We're basically like in the area before Rickenbacker, and when you reach the Rickenbacker level, that's basically like almost the end of the game. So yeah, I think like 1-2 streams and we'll be done with System Shock 2. So there is that. But yeah, aside from that, I want to do like more chill stuff. Like yeah, basically like I was like listening. Yeah, I basically punished myself. I was listening to my VODs, especially the Yapping streams. And no, I wasn't quite satisfied yet with my performance there. Okay, it's better than it used to be for sure, but I still think I could use like more practice, you know, just yapping and stuff. So you know, I just said, you know, since you know we're still at summer, we're like in the middle of the summer, it's still not done yet. Then I said, you know, summer is chill, right? It's hot and bothersome, but still quite chill if you like ignore that. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to do more chill yapping and stuff like that. I want like to have more practice with like yapping. Even now you can like hear me like losing my breath and like doing and stuff like that. So yeah, I want to have some more practice. I want to be a bit of a better yapper, you know. Especially since you know I've been like watching like a yapping streamer basically, or a streamer I only watch for the yaps. Unfortunately, like my Oshi lately wasn't really like doing a lot of yapping streams, unfortunately. So I kind of like had to find someone else for my yapping needs when I like play some stuff. or work on stuff. And so basically, when I heard them yapping, I kind of got a bit self-conscious. So I think I want more practice. That's for sure. I should also not say so much, stuff like basically, and also not repeat myself. Just be myself. Yeah, I want to be myself, but also be a good entertainer, basically. I think that's important. It's always good to keep improving, stuff like that. And let me take a sippy, because I'm running out of breath. But yeah, aside from more yapping, I also want to do Abiotic Factor. I think Abiotic Factor would be like a cool series. It's kind of like a survival game, right? It's like a good it's like a good game to make a series of. It's kind of like a Minecraft, although not as chill, I guess, but still. Or I guess a better comparison would be like something like Subnautica, because back in the day, back before my streaming days, I used to watch Vinny Vinesauce, and he was playing Subnautica. So back in the day, I was basically when I woke up, when it was morning for me, he was basically had his last 2 hours of streaming. So basically, I used to wake up at 6 a.m. during my summer vacation. I would take a cup of coffee from my kitchen, take a bowl of cereal without milk, dry cereal, mostly either granola or chocolate, and then I would go and watch Vinny playing Subnautica, and I have to say that was quite big, that was quite chill, and I would like to, yeah, basically one of my goals as a streamer would basically to give someone such an effect that those streams used to have on me. So I would want someone to watch me, get their cup of coffee, get their bowl of cereal, and just chill and relax and have a good time. And I think I won't play Subnautica even though I like the game. I think it's quite, I don't want to say played out. I'm just not in the mood for Subnautica. Goals, indeed. Everyone has goals, and that is mine. That's for sure. But yeah, I think I'm not really in the mood for Subnautica, and I want to kind of jump on that Abiotic Factor train. The game just came out a week ago or so. It's very fresh, or it was in early access before, but now it's fully done. So I have all the reasons to start playing it. So yeah, I think I'll do that, at least for 2 or 3 streams, and then we'll see. I'm not really keen on the survival mechanics of the game. They always stress me out, to be honest. But I've heard it's actually pretty good in this game. I've heard it's a good element of the game. It's made pretty well, and it doesn't. It's not too hard and not too easy. It's pretty well balanced from what I've heard. So yeah, and from what I've played, it seems to be true. So yeah, I think I'll be playing it a bit. Doesn't Subnautica have multiplayer? Matter of fact, I don't think it has actually. It may have a mod, but I don't know. I think multiplayer was supposed to be one of the selling points for the sequel, which will probably be cancelled from the latest news. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this Subnautica doesn't have a multiplayer, because if it had, I would force Ramnor to play it with me, because Ramnor is a big fan. He's a big fan of deep sea, basically, and fish ladies and leviathans and stuff like that. But yeah, aside from that, when it comes to August, that's what you were going to suggest. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I forgot to put the video. I forgot to put the video on the Yapping stream. I'm so sorry. Hold on, I'll try to put it for you here right now. There we go. Here's the video. Also, by the way, this video was a prophecy. By the way, this video was a prophecy. Ramnor is actually in Japan right now. Oh, sorry, wrong screen. I'm just checking something. Okay, it works. Okay, so he doesn't shout out Ramnor yet, so I'll give him a shout out right now. Yeah, unfortunately Rami is on hiatus, but you know, he went to the land of the samurai. He's actually in Japan. He's the glorious Nippon, like eating stuff and all, doing all the stuff you do in glorious Nippon. And you know, Godspeed Rami. Godspeed. I hope he's enjoying himself. But yeah, basically he's kind of out of commission for a while. You're sorry, Japan. Yeah, we'll see if the Japan is the same. Yeah, apparently they're like trying to do like you know, anti-tourism and anti-immigration laws passed. So maybe Ramon will be like give them another reason to like speed up the process. You never know. You never know. You know, I can imagine Rami. I can imagine Rami like going to like some Japanese person, like going to them and asking them something like, "Gomenosai, where can I find Mount Fujoshi?" And then the Japanese person will be like, "Huh? What is it? Who is that Turkish person? Is he lost?" Okay. That sounded way funnier in my head. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's over. Mount Fujoshi. yeah. That's part of the joke. Yeah, I'm glad to enjoy that. That's really bad joke on my part. But yeah, basically like another thing about August is that I think it wouldn't come to us as a surprise to no one. But I'm switching my usual streaming times from Wednesday, or one of the usual streaming times, from Wednesday to Thursday, because I've noticed, you know, Wednesday is basically like my last day when I'm at work, you know, working from the office before I can go to work the rest of the week remotely, and basically like you know, I enjoy my work. I really like my work, but it's very exhausting. It's like, you know, very cerebral. Yeah, very cerebral would be like a good way to put it. I actually need to think. So naturally, it very much exhausts me, right? So yeah, when I come back from work to Wednesday, I generally have to like cancel the stream because I'm just too tired. But on Thursday, I'm like, you know, I can work from home, so I'm pretty much refreshed before the stream, you know, mostly. The last few weeks they've been pretty extreme, unfortunately. That's why I had to basically cancel last stream, and that would happen on either on Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I had to like you know, work overtime like a lot. Like I had to like took a lot of overtime hours just to get shit done. We're in like a very hectic period right now. But yeah, I just noticed it's just better to you know stream on Thursday when I'm a bit more chilled and relaxed. A bit is a good way to put it. So yeah, that's basically like not a big change, right? It's basically how it already works right now. It's just, you know, official. Yeah, I guess I should just change it in the channel description, but I can do it later. But yeah, basically like it's not a surprise for anyone, I think. So yeah, those were the plans for the August. Yeah, I don't think I'll have a hiatus yet. I will have my vacation. Like my vacation starts in a few weeks, in like 2 weeks or so, and I will have to like go back to the other prison. But hopefully I'll be able to stream from there. So hopefully I will have to go for hiatus. Hopefully I will be able to just stream without a pause this week. That would be pretty nice. But yeah, August. I hope August will be an alright month. But yeah, I've been also thinking about making an effort stream. But if I'll do that effort stream, that will be you believe in me. Thank you for believing. But yeah, I want to do like some effort stream someday, like not now, but like few months from now or something. I have some ideas shaping up for like a Halloween stream. That's like a that's like a good yeah, that's like a good occasion to like do an big effort stream like with like some effort, because now I really enjoyed doing all the effort streams I did. So far I only did that my new... Yeah, I did like 3 effort streams, or 2.5, because I did the new form reveal that was like last year. I did the April Fool's stream with Sun, and I also did this anniversary, which kind of took some effort, right? It took some effort to like do correctly, and I kind of like enjoy doing those effort streams, and I think you guys enjoy those too, right? They're always fun streams, that's for sure. But yeah, the problem with like the stuff that takes effort is that it just takes effort basically. So yeah, I've been kind of like collecting ideas, or preparing some stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to like do a nice effort stream for Halloween, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to like rope some friends into it as well. So I hope but yeah, for now I'm just I'm not even in pre-production. For now I'm just getting ideas, and letting them ferment a bit, and shape up before I commit to any of those. And it will have quite a bit of effort as well, so at least a few ideas already finalized. But yeah, I still have like 2 or 3 months before I do that. So it's still a lot of time, but it's never enough. It's just never enough, right? When it comes to like effort stuff. But yeah, I always like enjoy doing streams like those. But the unfortunate thing is that I can do them, too much, because one thing is that it's very easy to burn yourself, like artistically when you do stuff like that. It's very, very tiring. As the name implies, effort streams takes effort, as I said before. There's also stuff. There's another facet to it. Like I can't like do too many effort streams, right? Because then you guys, you would then expect more effort from me, or more effort streams from me as well, and I can't have that. I can't have you get used to that. You need to you need to temper your expectations, right? I need your expectations from me nice and low, so I can be lazy. Okay, yeah, I'm joking, but yeah, it just takes a lot of effort, and it's very easy to burn yourself out when you like do a lot of those effort streams. Real and same, yeah, that's how it works. And less effort streams means that they will just hit harder when they happen. So there is also this. We need to remember that. But yeah, I've been like, yeah, I'll be real with you. I've been quite moody lately. I've been like balancing. I've been like balancing myself, being like very creative and very eager to like do stuff, do streams. I also like do art stuff. Like I want to do like a lot of art. I want to work on my games. I want to work on my art. I was also like thinking of maybe making like a music album. I think that would be cool. And as I said, also the effort streams. But on the other hand, I've been like very tired and very dejected as well. But I think it's just post-travel blues, and there's like stuff and weather. Yeah, well, the weather's been pretty spotty lately. It's been either rain or very hot, and it's been messing up with my organism, I guess. So I've been quite moody lately. But as I said, I want to do stuff, and both creatively and streaming wise. But yeah, I've been like really thinking about this music album. At least like 5 songs, just instrumentals though, because I'm a bad singer. I don't think I'll ever like do a singing album. Yeah, I can like write songs, that's for sure as well. So that wouldn't work as well. But I do. Alright, karaoke stream when? Never, probably. But you never know. You never know. Maybe I'll be very, very drunk one day. But yeah, as I said, I've been like balancing being, as I said, very creative and very eager to do stuff, with being very, very, very moody. So yeah, there is that. There is that for sure. that's a part of myself that I don't really like. I don't really like being moody. I'd like to be nice and stable, but I just can't be. This is my fate. But hopefully I like lose some of that blues, and you know I can be more neutral, that's for sure, and have a clearer head. That would be quite nice. But yeah, I've been thinking about that. You know, maybe like making a music album would like put more people to my streams, or you know, spread the word that it exists. Because now I haven't like really showed that part of me yet, like the part of me making music and making. Yeah, I guess I did make some art on stream, but I haven't made music yet, and I don't think I would like stream making music because you know, it's quite boring if you like don't know what happens. Like, I don't think it's very. I don't think it's very like enjoyable like look at someone screwing around in a FL Studio, especially since you know the thing is about me at the FL Studio is that when I started to learn the program, I basically didn't use samples. I you know I literally thought that people would just use you know those synthetic instruments, you know, stuff like MIDI and such to make songs. So I basically like learned composing music and stuff like that. So you know compose stuff that will be at least listenable, and then I basically gain knowledge that basically everyone and their mother just uses samples and don't actually make their own music. So yeah, I was quite mad, but I did get some skill out of that. So there is that. But yeah, unfortunately, like the process itself, I believe, is not very entertaining. There is surprisingly like a lot of maths and like a lot of measuring stuff, you know. So the beat and like the backing track would work and sound good, or you know even like stuff like lead instruments. You need quite a lot of maths for that. So you can like measure if it sounds good or if it sounds bad, or you know if the instrument overstays its welcome or not. There is like a lot of stuff like that, a lot of facets like that in music making, which I guess is interesting, just not for the streams, I guess. And no, I guess it would be quite intimate, you know, showing my process. So there is that side of the coin as well. But yeah, I'd like to make an album. I think it would be like you know more of that more of the electronic jazzy stuff, because that's what I usually do. I'm not really good at anything else really. I can kind of improvise and that's it. So yeah, this will be probably something like that. Maybe well, I don't know. Like back in like 2 or 3 years ago, I bought a pack of basically a lot of samples from Humble Bundle. There was like a bundle of like sample packs and stuff like that. So yeah, I bought it and I have quite a library of samples. And you know, as I said, I usually like compose my own music, but you know, I may also try out some samples as well, like to spice things up a bit. Who knows? Might be good. But yeah, that's like one of those plans that may or not happen. I haven't worked on that yet. Started working on that yet. I just you know. I just have ideas right now, and you know, as good as ideas are, they're usually not worth much if they not have any physical form. At least not yet. Might be good indeed. Hopefully it will be. And as I said, maybe it will be like a nice way to advertise a bit. Who knows? Ooh, I'm getting quite waiting patiently for those ideas to get realized. Yeah, thank you. I'll try to make them realize. But yeah, I'm juggling a lot of things. I mean, aside from streaming, like you know, I do art. I do art. I do music. I do game dev. So I have a lot of my plate. Like literally yesterday, I finally managed to get out of pre-production for my game. It's like you know, there is already stuff you have in the game. There's like not much. But the game is like already materialized. So yeah, I juggle a lot of stuff at the moment, which you know, it's fun to juggle stuff, but it's very tiring as well. and you know that makes especially those projects that haven't materialized yet very, very volatile. And so there is that. But hopefully I'll be like able to show you guys something. Maybe next year, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm getting quite tired. Yeah, we've been yapping a lot. Yeah, we've been yapping for an hour. We've extended our time. We've extended our time for sure. But I guess I still have some... I still have some energy, I guess. A very small amount, but still. We still have something to talk about. Let me show you the browser. There we go. Will this be a browser? There it is. And yes, this just in. The game we've played, called Tyrant's Realm. Let me just... Oh yeah, it's 30% off. Yeah, because of that DLC. Because that game just got its DLC. And we did play the game on stream. We played a bit of that game on stream. Chill time, indeed. On this stream, we're shilling good indie games. That's what we do. But yeah, basically, I didn't know about that. It just, you know, jump scared me when I opened the Steam. I opened the Steam. I saw the game being updated. I checked the patch notes, and then I saw, oh, they're like releasing the DLC for the game. So yeah, I decided, you know, I will basically buy it because, yeah, we did play the game on stream. It started, you know, it started on quite a bad foot. It was quite a junky game. But you know, after I've played a bit, you know, then I kind of started to enjoy it. I mean, it's not very original. It's basically like Dark Souls mixed with Dead Cells, like literally. Like this game literally takes, you know, elements full sail from both series. But yeah, it's been quite an enjoyable game. Like nothing like. It's not like a Game of the Year material or anything, but it's been quite an enjoyable roguelike, or roguelite. I'm sorry. Know your difference. Know your difference between roguelike and roguelite, right? Or some grognards will be very, very upset. But yeah, basically, this was like a very pleasant game to play. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I buy a DLC as well. That's for sure, because the game was pretty fun, and I think we'll like play it on stream someday as well. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I really enjoyed that game. As I said, it took a few hours like set in, but I did start to enjoy it. It was quite a nice title to play. And so yeah, I'm quite excited to see what did the DLC added. It added like 2 new levels, and 4 new weapon types and 4 new shield types, and you know, stuff like 6 enemies. So yeah, might be good. Seems like a fine amount of content from what we've seen from the game. I mean, doesn't seem like much, but you know, this game kind of works in a strange way. So you know, for this game, I think it's quite a decent amount. I'm pretty sure. But speaking of roguelikes and stuff like on sale, I don't know if it's still on sale, but I finally bought this one. It's called Rogue Prince of Persia. No, not Rogue Princess. Okay, it's not on sale anymore. Yeah, it's not. It was on sale last week, so that's where I snagged it. But yeah, basically this is like a new Prince of Persia game, which is also a roguelite. And a cool thing about this. Also, let me give you a link. Yeah, I know. It's a new Ubisoft game, but I did say before, Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a shitty company. It's a bad company. Don't support Ubisoft if you can help it. But unfortunately, like Ubisoft, out of all of those, you know, big companies, or you know, those great publishers, this triumvirate, you might say, I think they're like the best. They have like the best amount of, like, you know, actual niche stuff, because you know, there's also like this other Prince of Persia game, which was really, really good. Oh, it's on sale as well. Yeah, I recommend this one as well. Yeah, believe it or not, this game is really, really good. this is a fantastic game. And unfortunately, they like the game was really good, and that's why Ubisoft closed the studio. Well, hello, Basil. How are you doing? Welcome. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing okay today. And yeah, enjoy your lurk. Thanks for stopping by. You forever remain a Prince of Persia 2008 apologist. I mean, I did play a bit. I did play a bit of that. It was a pretty good game. And good morning. Good morning to you as well. It's evening for me, but good morning to you. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. But yeah, Prince of Persia 2008, from what I've played, was like also like a pretty good game, right? Also quite enjoyed it. I mean, there aren't really bad Prince of Persia game, aside from the 3D one. If you know, you know. Not Sands of Time, mind you. The one before Sands of Time. Like that's the one that no one remembers. But yeah, I do recommend this one. Like it had like a lot of controversy when it came out because of the character designs. But aside from that, this game is like actually very, very good. It's like a Metroidvania. You know, it has like it's like a good thing about this game. It's like it's a Metroidvania, but it's not an indie Metroidvania, right? It has some like good money behind it, so it has a lot of quality actually. It has like good combat. It has very nice graphics. It also have like a lot of good details. Like for example, in this game you can like actually play in like ancient Persian language. So like all the characters like basically speak Persian. So this game actually has soul. And this game came from Ubisoft, which as I said before, for how shitty Ubisoft is with their mainstream stuff, they actually have like a lot of good niche stuff, like stuff like Anno. Anno is amazing. Anno 1800 is like such a good game. Like I love Anno so much, and yeah, we will play Anno, the Roman Anno, the new one, when it releases. We still have some months before that happens. But yeah, we will play Anno. Like I can't help myself. I will pay Ubisoft so I can play Anno. Because Anno is a good shit. Anno is so good. It's just such a good city builder series. I mean, when it comes to city builders, the best one is of course SimCity, but after that, it is Anno. Like basically, like all Anno games are bangers. I really recommend them. But yeah, that's not the game we've been talking about. We're talking about Rogue Prince of Persia. And because this game is only published by Ubisoft, it was actually made by the guys who made Dead Cells. And from what I've heard, this game is basically like the sequel to Dead Cells, just with like Prince of Persia skin. And I've heard it's actually pretty good. Like a lot of people had like a lot of complaints, which was like similar to the Lost Crown, right? When that came out, which was mostly the art style, and yeah, the art style it had some controversy, but the art style actually looks pretty good. I'm not looking for the character portraits. Let's hope we can like see them. Let's see some screenshots. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not really keen on the art style, and I think a lot of people agree. I mean, you have to admit, the art style is not bad. The art style is not bad. It's like very, very classic, like a French cartoon or like a French comic book style, which it's very cool. It's a very cool detail because Prince of it's a French studio, or Ubisoft is French, and Sands of Time was like a French game, right? So that fits for sure. But I'm just not keen on it. It just this aesthetic doesn't grab me. Although I can see like people liking it. As I said, it's just this comic book style kind of. This like more Western than Eastern style. Although this looks pretty good. I feel like the worst parts are the portraits, which I can't find yet. Also, why is the prince so pink? I have no idea. He's very pink. That's one thing I noticed. First Prince of Persia, best Prince of Persia. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. It's certainly like one of the most, you know, how can I put it? One of the most defining games. It's basically like made the entire genre of like cinematic platformer, right? You for one would welcome a Prince of Persia game using the ancient Arabian art styles. Yeah, that would be very cool. That would be very cool. Like kind of a lost opportunity, like here. Because yeah, as you said, this one is like more of a French art style. Like, I mean, it looks very good in motion. It looks like extremely good in motion. But yeah, as I said, we're kind of halfway there. It's like the Lost Crown, which, as I said, as I said before, in that game, they're like full ancient Persian, voice lines. So there is that. So yeah, those games have soul. As I keep saying, Ubisoft is a shitty company, but this is like the only big company where you can actually get some actual interesting stuff. I mean, do you really think that, for example, EA? Do you think EA would make Far Cry 5 with like all this, US sovereign cult aesthetics? I don't think they would do that. I mean, yeah. As I keep saying, Ubisoft is like the only big publisher that actually has some interesting stuff once in a blue moon. Although we don't know how long it will take, because Ubisoft is like dying right now. Ubisoft is like on its last legs, and yeah, I fear like they will shaft all those good studios and all their good people that actually do interesting stuff, and only like leave people that make Assassin's Creed and all that slop. So that's unfortunate. I mean, they've already closed down the studio that make Prince of Persia, this game. I mean, thankfully they didn't fire people, from what I understand. From what I understand, they closed the studio, but the people were like shuffled around to like other Ubisoft studios, so they're like still there at the very least. They can like still make stuff, but I don't know how long it will take. Unfortunately, Ubisoft is kind of almost bankrupt, or I think, yeah, they're either almost bankrupt or like very close to being bankrupt, or they're fuck. What am I saying? I need to like end the stream soon. Yeah, they're almost bankrupt, or they're like already bankrupt, because you can be bankrupt and like still operate for like collections and stuff. Business stuff is very, very complicated, and yeah, apparently like Tencent wants to buy them, which I think is like dark timeline. Isn't Tencent making a move on them on something? Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. Tencent like wants to buy them, from what I understand, and that would be very sad. That'd be very sad. Basically, like lose one of the like the last. I don't want to say good, but like one of the last big companies with potential, like Chinese. And Tencent is like not very good for companies. Apparently recently Tencent wants to. Yeah, basically what Tencent is doing right now is that they like bought all of those Western, or they're not Western, but like companies that aren't Chinese, so Western companies and like Japanese companies, and they're basically like closing all of them. So then the resources would be like put for the Chinese branches or like Chinese companies. So yeah, it's very, very sad. And I feel like when Tencent will buy Ubisoft, they will like shove them in immediately. And they will for sure like shove the interesting stuff like Prince of Persia. Always a bit scary to know how much control they have, even over huge companies like Riot. Yeah, Tencent has like a very big stake in like everything right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have like stake in Embracer as well. And Embracer has like a lot of Western franchises and classic stuff like, for example, Deus Ex or Thief. You're gonna say the T word. No, don't say the T word. We don't want to say the T word. But yeah, they do own Riot, as you noticed, Basil. And Riot is like one of the biggest companies for like free-to-play games. DA. Oh, this word. No, don't do that. Don't say the T word. We're gonna get us banned. We're gonna all disappear. It will be so over. It won't be like with Pantsu, because you know YouTube will ban me as well. I won't be able to escape. You can hear tanks outside. Yeah, let's go to the paint. Let's go to paint. Let's do some pirate software stuff, and let's go to paint for a bit. Let me just. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's do this. You know, I see a vision. I see a vision right now. Descent sponsorship opportunity ruined. Yeah, it's so over. It's over, especially after what I'll do right now. Reject the Antichrist at every opportunity. Yeah, this is what happened to me. This will be me. This will be me. Here's my chain. Here's my chain. So yeah, this will be me. Yeah, this is like perfect. Yeah, this is a death ringer of me. This is me. And this is what will happen. There will be like a tank right here. Okay, maybe I'll put like the threads here as well. Okay, so there's a tank here. And there is another tank. Come on, hold on. So yeah, basically, hold on, maybe I actually need to go there. Yeah, go there. Then the tanks will go there. Oh, and also I am facing the tanks. So you can see my face actually. So yeah, basically this is what will happen. And now for sure I will get banned. So yeah, let's return to the browser. And where's the browser? There we go. There we go. We're so back. But yeah, that's the Ubisoft vows, which as you could see and hear, their vows are, aside from the self-inflicted vows, are also quite Chinese. Mods, if you ban him, ban me too. Yeah, basically, I'm not going alone. I'm not dying alone. I'm taking all of you with me. So you know, if you're here, you're already on the list. It's already over for you too. So you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it happened. But yeah, another thing I want to play in August and I won't play is Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake, which I was really excited to play because now it's like coming out this next month rather, in like less than a month. But unfortunately thing is the price, because they allowed us to finally pre-order the game, and turned out the price is like $19, $18 or $19 for like the remake of a very old game that from what everyone was saying who played the game before, basically plays the exact same as the original game. So yeah, I don't think I'll be playing this one. That's for sure. I mean, $80. I mean, I may pay $60 for a game. I may pay $60 for a game. 70 if it's like a game I'm like really hyped for and I'm in a consumer mood. But 80? No, I'm not paying $80 for this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Konami. I'm not doing this. So yeah, I'll basically Monkey Island BMP. Kojima personally told you that you could pirate it from Konami. Yeah, maybe that's the way. Maybe that's the way I should do. Oh, you know, just play the original game. Just play the original game instead. I mean, there is a PC port. There is a PC port and it's quite good. Or there, maybe not good. I wouldn't say good, but it's like very functional. Like you basically play the game the way it was back in the day, or you know, the way it was on Xbox 360, which is the version I've played first. So that's the part. You still don't you still haven't forgave them for not letting you be at the Game Awards for that 1 year. Yeah, they don't really like Kojima, and I think it's pretty mutual, right? Although you know, this was a kind of a mess. This entire Kojima versus Konami kerfuffle was quite messy, because I don't believe Konami was 100% at fault during that whole debacle. To be honest, I mean you have to. There's like stuff like that, In MGS5, the game is basically unfinished, but that game was in development for like 5 years, maybe even more. It was basically like a money sink for Konami, and that game was like basically unfinished when it came out after such a very long time in development. But still, even in spite of that, Kojima like still wanted to like put like a lot of expensive stuff in the game, like like licensed music tracks, or face scanning that actors that played quiet, basically face scanning or feet scanning rather. Because of course he scanned her feet, an entire body, just like David Cage did for that actress that played in Beyond Two Souls. So yeah, basically that game was money sink for Konami, fully modeled indeed, fully modeled feet up to the toe. That's how we roll. So yeah, I can see why Konami was like quite pissed at Kojima, but yeah, they would certainly could lead that breakup a bit better, or like don't keep being dicks for Kojima, like as you said, Basil, like during that Game Awards that one year. Yeah, that was quite messy. And honestly, after playing Death Stranding, even though I love the game to bits, I love Death Stranding, but this is basically a game that Kojima was basically let loose and did everything he wanted, and that's certainly not for everyone. Yeah, Death Stranding is great. Death Stranding is amazing, but the thing is, it's amazing for me. Like a lot of people don't like that game. So yeah, I can see, because Death Stranding has like a lot of elements that are literally unnecessary for the game, and like a lot of game elements that are just straight up strange. Did you see that Death Stranding Norman Reedus Face ID thing going around? I don't think I did. I don't think I did, but they certainly did scan Norman Reedus. There's like a lot of shots of Norman Reedus's bare ass in that game, like a worrying amount of Norman Reedus's ass in Death Stranding. I don't know about the second game, because I haven't played it yet. It's only on PlayStation 5. Although I will play that game day one when it releases on PC. Hopefully it will release on PC. But yeah, Death Stranding 1 has like a lot of Norman Reedus and his funky fetus. But yeah, Death Stranding was like, there's like a lot of unnecessary things that a normal publisher basically wouldn't fly. But thankfully or not, Death Stranding was basically like made because Sony took Kojima and just allowed him to do everything, and they couldn't like really say no to him after this, after like giving him money. So yeah, he basically like the madman made the game he wanted. And even though the story is an absolute clown show, like the story in Death Stranding is like like absolutely hilarious. It's like a playable Neil Breen movie. As I said, it's basically like a comedy film. But I really love the gameplay and all the details in there, like Princess Peach, exactly. Oh Mario, oh Mario, oh my God. Indeed. But as I said before about Death Stranding, like that whole Princess Peach line is not even like the silliest one in the entire game. There's much more silly shit in it, and that's why we love Death Stranding. Death Stranding is like both absolute kino and absolute comedy in like equal measure, and also like a very, very cool game, very innovative as well. I mean, if you like watched my streams before, then you know that I prefer games that may be like less polished, even though Death Stranding is like very, very polished game. but no, like, or how can I put it? Less normal games, like with less normal mechanics that may be good or not, but I really like experimental stuff, or stuff that is like very out of the left field, which is why I like love Pathologic so much and games like that. It's certainly memorable. It's just avant-garde. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's avant-garde for better or worse, but honestly, for me, it's for the better. I really enjoyed Death Stranding when I played that game. I enjoyed it much more than I thought. I mean, MGS5 for me, I was really hyped for MGS5, and then I played the game. I bought it. I pre-ordered the game, right? I bought it day one. I've played it a day before launch, because I pre-ordered it in a shop, right? That generally like sends the games like a day before launch or 2 days before launch. So I knew I would get early, and then I played the game. I was waiting for it to get better, and then the game ended, and I was like so pissed when MGS5 ended. I hated that game so much. I mean, the first 10 hours when like you're like, wow, this game's pretty good. I wonder how gameplay and story will like go from there. And what would you know? What would you know? Nothing changed after like 20 hours, after like 30 hours. I've played that game I forced myself through that game for like 100 hours. Waiting for it to get better. And it didn't. I was so disappointed in MGS5. It was basically Far Cry game. It's like a Far Cry game with like I want to say Metal Gear Solid coat of paint, but it wasn't really. I mean, aside from like a mech fight and like cardboard boxes, and some like Kojima details, it just isn't that great of a Metal Gear game. It's basically like a Far Cry game, which doesn't like really wear its skin as well. It only has like some elements. I mean, there's some wackiness. There's, as I said, some mechs, some like Kojima-isms, some like creatividad elements. But unfortunately, it's just very bland when like compared to stuff like Metal Gear Solid 3, even gameplay-wise. Like I believe like Metal Gear Solid 3 has better gameplay than Metal Gear Solid 5, even though the only thing that MGS5 has over MGS3 is basically movement, and that's it. Movement in MGS5 is like very, very smooth, so there is that. Far Cry 3 in consequence have been a disaster for the video kind. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I never really enjoyed that style of gameplay. Yeah, I basically like never finished Far Cry 3 because it just bored me. And MGS5 was just more of the same. I mean, honestly, if MGS5 had like no Kojima, if it didn't have like either like this whole Konami kerfuffle of like Kojima, and just like no Metal Gear elements and like no Metal Gear brand, like everyone would just say that the game is like mediocre, or like not mediocre but like very bland. I mean, aside from like 80s settings, because it was like in 80s in Afghanistan and in Africa, which is like not very exploring games. I think there's like nothing really that interesting about MGS5, unfortunately. I mean, you may cope that it was like all the great plan of Kojima and he just made MGS2 again, but I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it at all. I don't believe it a single bit. Especially since we saw Death Stranding, we saw what Kojima can actually do. So I don't believe MGS5 was like a great bait and switch. I think it's just cope, unfortunately. So yeah, I won't be buying this one. It's just too expensive. I'll wait for the sale, that's for sure. I'll wait a sale for this one, especially since it's a UE5 game, which I'm pretty sure like my new PC would like brute force it pretty easily. but still, I want to like check how well the game runs, and just wait for sale. You know what? I may buy instead. There's a game I actually want to buy, and I'm pretty sure it's like $60 as well. Although it's a game I've been quite cautiously optimistic about, but I still want to like at the very least check some reviews before I jump in and maybe stream the game. Is a new Mafia game called Mafia: The Old Country, which it was made by the guys who made Mafia 3, which wasn't that great. It was quite boring actually. Yeah, I know. Go to the bathroom and all. Go to the bathroom, shitting yourself. That's like the biggest thing that the Mafia 3 is like known for, right? But yeah, the same dev, not yet, exactly, not yet indeed. But yeah, basically after Mafia 3, those guys who did Mafia 3, yeah, the story was actually pretty good in Mafia 3. Like the story and like all the story and atmosphere of Mafia 3 is like, I think, top notch. It was very, very good. The shame is that the gameplay sucked a lot. It was a very boring game. But still, like the atmosphere and graphics, atmosphere, and the story was pretty good. And then the devs, Hangar 13, after Mafia 3, made a remake of Mafia 1 and called it Definitive Edition. Hold on, I need to lie about my age. Yeah, I was born in 1953. Let's go with that. But yeah, then they made the remake, which was surprisingly very, very good. I mean, I don't like it fully, right? I feel like they absolutely butchered the ending. But as someone who like really enjoyed Mafia 1, especially back in the day, like Mafia 1's like the very, very first hard game that I like beat, and I was like very, very, very proud of beating, because Mafia 1's like is very hard. The original Mafia 1. It's an extremely hard game. It took me like a few months to beat it back in the day. And yes, we will stream Mafia 1. I want to return to it. Of course, I'm talking about Mafia 1 original. But yeah, the remake the devs did was very, very good. I mean, aside from like some hurdles, as I said, they butchered the ending, and I don't like some changes to the characters. But aside from that, I think it's like a good interpretation of the story. I really enjoyed playing it when I bought it on sale. But yeah, I think those guys like proved themselves by the remake. So I've been quite like cautiously optimistic about this one. As I said, $60. So it's not MGS Delta. So it's like it's something I can pay. It's something I can pay for a game to stream as well. And it seems to be like it takes place like 1910s or something. Actually, no, not the 1910s. In 1900s in Sicily. So it's like it will be like a very European game and like very old-timey. There are like horses and all. Yeah, you can see horses there. They're like horseback riding, so it may be like similar to Red Dead Redemption. So that would be like very interesting to see. So yeah, as I said, I've been like cautiously optimistic about this game. I want to check it out, and as I said, they did a good job with the remake of the first game, and the story was good in the third game as well. So yeah, as I said, cautiously optimistic. I'll wait for the reviews. I'll wait for like first impressions. If they're good, then I'll buy the game and then we'll stream it. Because yeah, it seems to be very, very interesting. And I do like this all like the old-timey era, old-timey Mafia stuff, and this one seems to be like very, very old-timey, basically like a very classic Mafia. Now that I think about it, now that I see it, and seeing that it's like in 1900s, or it's set in 1900s, it basically seemed to be like the playable. Do you remember that scene from Godfather 2, when the Godfather, like Don Corleone, when he wasn't the Don yet, there was like the scene when he like went back to Sicily, and he did some mafia stuff in Sicily. So maybe this would be like just the playable version of that scene. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. As I said, for now I'm just cautiously optimistic about the game. But I'll still wait for a bit before jumping in. But yeah, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. Especially since, you know, I have a new PC. I can like play it probably without any problems. And from what I remember, they don't use Unreal Engine. But yeah, I think the remake was pretty well optimized as well. So I guess we'll see. Hope. And yeah, the game seems beautiful from the screenshots and from the trailers as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I could use some like good old Mafia media. Yeah, do you remember like in the early 2000s and such, like Mafia media was like very common, and then like stopped. Then like stopped, right? I mean, they did make that new Sopranos. That was like a Sopranos movie, right? A few years back. I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, basically like there wasn't that much Mafia media, and you know, lately. And that's a shame because, you know, Mafia aesthetic is pretty peak. I mean, it's always like cool drama. Maybe interest me in a game called Gangland. Oh, I know Gangland. I know Gangland, that's for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not a type of strategy game for me. You know, I prefer RTSs when you like don't. I prefer this when like build your base and such. But yeah, I do know Gangland. I did watch that the Snakers video about it, and it seems like a funny game, but I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's my time of RTS. I do know about the game called Gangsters Organized Crime, which is more of a simulator rather than RTS, and that one seems interesting. That's a good candidate for like streaming, but I'm just worried that game would be hard to run. Apparently, it's very hard to run as well. So I don't know if I'll be able to stream it comfortably, but hopefully I will. We'll see. I have the game bought, so yeah, that's certainly on my list. And you know, it's more of a simulator management type game, so you know, it's more up my alley. Excuse me. Okay, we're back. We're so back. Thank you for the sippy. Thank you. So yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully it's good. The remake of the first game was good. I died. Not really. I just needed to cough. But yeah, I also want to play, as I said, the first game. The first game from, I think, 2001 or 2, I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was 2001. It came like the same year as GTA 3. And unfortunately, it like died. It wasn't as popular as GTA 3. Because, you know, Mafia 1's like pretty interesting game. Because, you know, even though it's like similar to GTA, it's only like on surface level. Because that game isn't really open world. It has open world, right? But it's actually a linear game. The open world is just, you know, a backstage to all the stuff you do. And I think that's pretty interesting. And you know, it's kind of a shame that that type of gameplay didn't really cut off or they caught on, because, you know, as good as old GTAs are, and as good as that type of gameplay is, you know, good. Then I think, you know, GTA was basically the beginning of the open world stop meme, right? So yeah, that was quite unfortunate. And yeah, I really like how both Mafia 1 and 2, because you know, 3 was open world stop basically, unfortunately. But yeah, Mafia 1 and 2 and the remake of 1 were basically like mission based, just in an open world. So it was like very cool. And you know, it just flowed well. You didn't really have much downtime, right? You could still like explore the city. You could still like drive around, but you actually had like a goal to do. You had like actual stuff, or you know, actual goals. So you didn't really have that much downtime. So that was pretty good. But yeah, unfortunately, it didn't caught on. Hopefully, this game is like more of that. Yeah, they haven't really, you know, I don't think they showed yet how the actual game works. Yeah, for the game not being for the game releasing it in like a week, they haven't really like show gameplay trailers. Or no, actual gameplay trailers, because we only got trailers for cutscenes. So yeah, that's a bit worrying, to be honest. That's why I want to wait for the previews. But yeah, hopefully the game is good. Hopefully the game is good. And yeah, basically, we'll see next week. We'll see next week. And I'm getting tired. Yeah, we've yapped for almost 2 hours. So yeah, I'm getting very, very tired. So I guess we'll go ahead and raid someone. Yeah, thank you for the spirit, Pat. Thank you. So yeah, just I'm really tired. Yeah, as I said, I don't know if I'll stream today, or not today. Sometimes just accidentally stream 2 hours. Yeah, I know. It's just what happens. It's just what happens here, right? Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. I can't really say. But yeah, I have work tomorrow, so I better rest for a bit. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I'll try. I really try. Either tomorrow or on Saturday. I'll try. But if I'm not able to, then see you guys on Sunday. Hopefully, after Sunday, I'll be back to like my normal shenanigans and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you for being here as well, third party. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And so thank you guys for being here. As I said to third party, I say the same to you. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you had some enjoyment out of my yapping. Which, as I said, I'm not satisfied with my yapping yet. I think I could still get better. But no, that's why I'm doing yapping streams. To basically get better at, talking. And, being more smooth and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoy your time here. Thank you for basically tolerating me while I yap away. I really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you for chatting today. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for watching and listening. And thank you, third party. Thank you, Cypher. Thank you, Lawbringer. And thank you, Basil, for chatting here today. Thank you for keeping me company. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy being here. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. Let's find a victim to raid. Who is a good victim? Who would be a good one? We can raid. I have. Yeah, I've been thinking about Monk actually. You know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's raid Monk. Thank you for. Thank you for the recommendation, basically. But yeah, I was thinking about that too. So yeah, I'll stop the raid. Yeah, you can hear me. I'm basically melting right now, or my mind is melting. So yeah, let me just. Oh, they just started as well. Oh, it seems like Mog is playing Resident Evil with Ace. So no, all good boys, all good friends playing today. Mog and Ace playing some quality Resident Evil. And so yeah, let's see how they go. Let's see how it goes for them. Let's see how they do. And yeah, again, thank you for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the stream and see you guys some other time. Or, as I said, tomorrow, or on Saturday, or on Sunday. I guess we'll see. But yeah, for now, see you guys later.